We started kidding season this morning by coming out to check on the girls, and I couldn't find Wrigley's ligaments at all. About 10 minutes later, we're getting ready to go in the house. Like, let's go peek at Wrigley real quick. Turns out she was in labor and she was actually already pushing. So I got most of that on video, and we also had her have a surprise twin later on. I unfortunately didn't get that on there, but I do have videos of her with both of the kids and pictures as well. So go ahead and stay tuned if you want to see Wrigley's first birth. Okay, so this is Wrigley's labor just starting. This is when we walked back in to check on her and noticed that she was having a lot of show and starting to push. So she labors for a little while here, and then you'll see that she's pushing here. You can see if you watch her sides, the contractions are starting to go as she pushes. You'll see them sink in and out. When I said earlier we were checking ligaments, that's that little, you can feel alongside their tail, and there's two little things that feel like springy pencils on either side. Those are their ligaments. When those soften up, it means that their pelvis is getting ready for labor. So when we couldn't find hers, we knew that kids were on the way, and we just weren't expecting them so fast. She had a great labor. It went smooth. Everything was textbook. The second surprise baby was breech, but she handled that beautifully and couldn't have asked for anything better for her birth today. You can see here she's pushing. Those sides again are, you can see them kind of collapsing in as she's having contractions, doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And she's pushing through. Again, she had a beautiful labor and it went great. She is a 1-year-old Boer Goat, and she is a first-time freshener, which just means that this is her first time having kids. So couldn't have expected anything better out of her. She really did a fantastic job. You'll see here in just a little bit, she pushes, and then you can see the amniotic sac is gonna burst, and that's basically her water breaking, which means those contractions are going to really get more intense on her, and they will, you can see her pushing there, but her contractions are going to get more intense, and that means that kids are getting there fast. Typically after their water breaks, they'll have kids within 30 minutes at the latest. So as she lays down here, that's typically a way that a lot of goats like to deliver. She is going to start pushing out this amniotic sac I was telling you guys about. So if you're squeamish at all or have a weak stomach or are just not interested in birth, this is a great time to stop watching the video. It's going to get a little graphic from here on out. This is the amniotic sac I was telling you guys about. You can actually see the first kid's hoof there in the bottom right if you keep watching as she pushes. So this is going to burst like a little water balloon in a second, and she's going to keep getting up and letting those contractions work. Here you can see she got that first hoof out. She's doing a great job. You want the kids to come out in a diving position, which means 2 hoofs, front hoofs, and a nose first. So during this stage of labor, what we're watching for is 2 hoofs and a nose. If we're not seeing that, it means that we most likely need to go in and reposition the kids. So I typically have my kidding bucket ready and equipped with longer gloves and some lubricant to make sure that if I do need to go in there and help mama, we are ready to go. During kidding season, we have a kidding bucket packed in by the door. She didn't need any help with this though. She did great, and he was in an amazing position. So all goes well from here on out. And as she's pushing, we saw a nose first, and then that second little hoof did come along, and he was in perfect position. So you can see here she is laying down to push, and that kid is ready to be delivered. I step in at this time with a towel to just help dry baby off. It was about 20 degrees this day. You can see here that I'm reaching just to make sure that both of the hoofs are out and we're good to go. It looks like I am pulling or tugging on mama, but I am not. I just helped stretch her vulva over the back of the kid's head because she did look like she may tear. And that's the only thing I did. Kid's head was delivered in one push, so I just had my hand under his head. And then the next push he was out, so I was drying him off. It does get a bit choppy. I did need to hand my phone to my 7-year-old during this point because I obviously was helping mama out. She did a really great job. She wasn't very interested in this first kid, so I did help dry him off and clear out his airways. And she was still pushing, so I figured once she delivered the afterbirth, she would be more attentive, but it was pretty cold, so I did help dry him off. As I was cleaning up from the first kid and taking my gloves off and getting some dry towels, I noticed Mama was pushing again. I thought it was just her afterbirth, but I noticed that she was having another kid and he was coming bottom first, so he was breech. I threw on some gloves real quick and went over and helped Mommy gently deliver him just by helping support him during her contractions. Cleared out his airways really quick. I didn't get that on film, but you can see him in the video now. So here is Wrigley with her beautiful twin boys, Apollo and Orion. They are moved over to their brand new kidding stall, nice and fresh with the heating lamp. They are all doing wonderful, and Wrigley is being a great mom.